Welcome back, everyone. My name is Bruja del 69, and we're gonna go ahead and finish Wrld's reading today with part 3. We're gonna look into the night that Wrld died. I'm gonna go ahead and ask about the night he died. The first part was about his essence, what he was dealing with. The second part was about his relationship with his fiance, and like more in depth about what he was going through. And then today is going to be about what actually happened that night. Where was his mindset? What was his girlfriend's mindset? And what occurred? So I'm going to go ahead and ask Spirit to guide this reading, to protect me during this reading, to make sure that everything just runs smoothly, because this is like my fourth time trying. And it's honestly frustrating me because it's not getting through, and I just want to go ahead and finish it. I want to finish it. Sorry for those that are waiting on their particular topics. I know what I'm going to do. I've been asked to do. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey love reading. And also Lil Baby's love reading. And that's pretty much it. Those are the next two on my list. So what was and you know, I think Wrld is a very sentimental person, because literally what the emotions I've been going through right now, I feel like go in hand with the way he felt that night. And I've been feeling very much like defeated, as if things are just not going my way. Desperation, because it's kind of like you just don't know how to fix it. Like you feel like you're trying and there's no good outcome. So what was the energy coming from, like, surrounding him? Where was his mindset? Where was his mindset? Spirit, can you just continue to be with me and just guide me through this reading? Guide me through this reading. Help me make this an accurate reading so that those that are fans of him feel like they got a little scoop, or feel like they've got closure. I actually don't want to see it. Okay, so what was it? Energy. There definitely was conflict. There was conflict. He felt like he was battling something. So what was there was a fight. There was literally a fight between Allie and him. According to Allie, he was getting high all day. He was hiding in the studio and getting high to the point where they were very late to their flight that night. They actually arrived 6 hours late. She said that he was too high and that she ended up packing for him. She ended up basically making sure that he had food in his system, because he didn't have anything. Okay, that card again. Something about justice. Justice came out again. So this is a very key lesson of what happened. We got the Page of Wands as well, reversed. I think he was acting out of impulse. He was trying to like right a wrong. And so Wrld's videographer was mentioning on the documentary that he had leaned for Wrld because Wrld's fiance didn't condone of lean anymore, and so she just basically banned it from the house. So that was their way of him still supplying him lean, or like, you know, Wrld really didn't want to let go of lean. And so during the fight, he ended up acting impulsively. He ended up wanting to feel like he was in the right? And so he ended up getting too high, drinking the whole lean, drinking lots of lean. Okay. Lord, I'm just done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. All right, clarifiers over here. Let's go ahead and get clarifiers. I'm done with that deck for now. What was this conflict about? What was this conflict in his mind? What was he going through? What was he going through? What was this conflict about that night? What was the fight about? Nurturing reversed. So he felt like he wasn't being cared for. He felt like nobody, he felt like a burden. Like he felt like he was going through one of his childhood wounds, which is like feeling abandoned in some form or feeling not cared for. So can we clarify the Page of Wands? Can we clarify the Page of Wands? Can we clarify the Page of Wands? Passion. So this is talks about passion, but reversed. So he definitely felt his impulsivity, like, led him to, got Lovers as well, Lovers backwards. So it seems like there was a conflict between him and his girlfriend, that his passions were running high, but they were destructive, where he was very impulsive. And so he felt like betrayed by his partner in a sense. He felt like she wasn't being as nurturing to him as he would have wanted. So he ended up shutting down and hiding behind drugs. Okay, what was Ali Lottie? Let's go back to these cards. What was Ali Lottie's role that night? I just got 3 cards out of nowhere like that, so I'm gonna just face them this way. Oh, fuck. She was being ugly. She was going through some tough shit that night, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think her demons were also stopping her from being there for him the way he wanted her to be. Intuition. This may be confirmation to me that I'm getting somewhere, but this is also her soul card. So what about her intuition? The Knight of Cups reversed. So something about her knowing something, she got a piece of information that she didn't like. Maybe she knew that he was doing drugs that she didn't condone of him doing, and so it was just like not right. It wasn't a good situation. Like, her mindset wasn't good. He was in a very impulsive, destructive mindset, and then she also is dealing with her demons and being like emotionally immature. So they were really like lashing out on one another. They were not working as a team. So let's clarify this. Can we clarify the Devil card? Let's clarify. I got my 3 cards. Clarify the Devil card. So this is the Allie's mindset. Like, she was, yeah, the tower. Like, it was basically destructive as well. Like, she was not on the right mindset. She probably felt like it wasn't a good time to travel that night. I think they should have been like, hey, you know what, let's just go ahead and stay home, and let's just fly out another day once we both feel better. Because he was so fucking high. She was like probably high as well. Like, they're both fucking high, and they're not helping with one another's energies right now. Like, them combined, they're destroying each other and themselves. What is the High Priestess about? What is the High Priestess about? Can we clarify the High Priestess? We trust. There was some sort of trust issue. She felt like she couldn't trust him. There was something in her knowing she had information. Like, she knew what was up. She knew he was moving behind her back, trying to get, lean, trying to, hide his addiction. And she just trusted her gut. She was just like, I know he's hiding things. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups reversed? Oh. Okay. Brilliance. Okay, can we clarify the brilliance? Okay, so this is the narrative that I got intuitively without dealing the cards that I talked to y'all in part 2, which I'm kind of thinking that it goes hand in hand with these cards, because there's a Justice card. We have the Justice card, then we have the Lovers in reversed, backwards. So I feel like, and then we have the Brilliance card. And then the Emotional Immaturity card, reversed. So I feel like they thought it was a good idea to get back at one another, to kind of like right their wrong and be like, okay, we're gonna get even. So you want to go ahead and hide that you're doing X, Y, and Z, then I'm gonna go ahead and do my drugs, right? Because they each have different preference of drugs. And so now they're both hiding behind their drugs of preference, and they're inviting this dark energy instead of like coming together and being like, okay, like, what's the deal, let's talk about it. And so they're both in a like difficult mindset. Like, Juice WRLD's like impulsive, and he's ready to battle, and he like wants to do what he wants to do. He's gonna stand his ground. And then she is not in a good mindset, and she is very much someone codependent on her substances as well. And so both mixed together, like her feeling destructive and like feeling like she can't trust them. So that's what surfaced, So let's go ahead and what else? Juice WRLD overdosed from lean and oxycodone. Let's go ahead and see what happened in the airplane. Did Juice WRLD know that there was police cars waiting for him? The Magician. Okay, we got the Magician. Because the videographer said that they got like service, or they got service that they were gonna get stopped and checked or whatever. So I wonder if it was just the videographer or the whole team knew. So did he know and he was gonna get checked by the police officers once he landed in Chicago? Oh shit, heartbreak. Okay. So this is, I think this is a yes card. The Magician's always like a confirmation of yes. And he kind of felt heartbroken over the news. Like, he felt disappointed, or it felt like a deep pain that he had to go through this process of having to be searched by the police and to have to possibly, he kind of felt betrayed. He kind of felt like, well, why the fuck are the police even here? Like, why do they why do they want to search me? And he felt like it was messing with his success. Like, this incident at the airplane was gonna be the end of his coins, of him building something. And so he kind of felt like his reputation, his success was on the line. Can we clarify? So let's go ahead and clarify the Magician. Clarify the Magician. So he knew about the search. Oh, shit. Okay, reverse. 10 of Cups reversed. Love. Three of Cups reversed. Then I got the Hermit with that one. And last but not least, can we clarify the 7 of Pentacles reversed? Because the 3 of Swords was clarified by the Hermit, since 2 of them came out together. Chariot. Okay. So in the Magician, there was definitely like heartbreak. There was heartbreak that night. And at this point, he was getting stressed from his personal relationship and by the situation of that was occurring on the airplane. And so he kind of felt like alone. He felt like a hermit. Like, he kind of wanted to close down and kind of hide because of the pain. Like, it was just too much stimulation for him, too much heartbreak on the moment. And that's where I'm saying, like, it would have been a better idea to just not go to Chicago that night when he wasn't in his best space, because then he felt like he put himself in a situation where his wealth was on the line, and so he felt like he wanted to move past it. He did want to move past it. And how did he decide to move past it? I mean, did he purposely did he overdose? Did he purposely pop pills then on the airplane, knowing that he was gonna overdose and seize out? How did he want to move forward? So yeah, there wasn't any harmony with his collaborations. So King of Swords. King of Swords. Okay, last one. It was very much like on a fighting Judgment. He was very much on a fighting, like a fight or flight type of. This card, I don't know when it showed up, but it says purity. So it makes me think of like him, like his inner child. So there was like lack of harmony, right? And he was on like a fight or flight mode, and he was definitely on a fight mode that night. And so he felt in their celebration, there's judgment. This card can mean like celebration, I believe. But then when I hear of judgment, I hear of like Judgment Day. So I felt like he definitely felt like his Judgment Day came. And he was... So let's clarify these. Did he... Did he, okay, I need to know, like, don't just give me a story, but give me an answer, yes or no. Did he, no, I haven't asked yet. Did he pop those pills knowing he was gonna die? Did he pop those pills knowing that he was gonna die? Give me a confirmation if he did, or give me a no. Don't give me a story. Because Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. This is a negative card, so I'm gonna say no, he didn't know. But the fact that it's a Nine of Swords and the way this person looks, he was too clouded in his mind. He was going through so much mental anguish that he didn't realize the actions or the consequences of his actions. He didn't know, but I took too many this and this. Like, at that point, he's just trying to drown his feelings and his pain, and he didn't know that it was going to catch up to him. He didn't. So these three cards, when I asked, they gave me a freaking story. Like, there's lack of collaboration. Yes, he was in conflict that night. And I can tell, like, he's the type of person, even Ali Lottie, like, they're very good at, you know, kind of hiding their drama. Because when they were in the car on the way to the airport, they were sitting next to each other. They're acting chill, you know. I think they were even, like, smoking weed or whatever. But I'm just like, dude, I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that wears my heart in my sleeve. And, like, if I'm feeling some type of way, like, I don't want to associate myself with you. Like, I'm going to distance myself. And so, let's clarify this narrative of, like, what was going on. What do you mean by lack of harmony, collaboration, that night? Oh, shoot. Inventor reversed. The Man of Crystals. So he kind of felt like, oh shit. He kind of felt like he was doubting his own genius mind. He was doubting, like, he kind of was doubting, like, if people were actually, like, rooting for him. Maybe if his girl was rooting for him, because he felt like this disharmony, this, like, his work, something about his work was on his mind, and just started thinking about betrayal, started thinking about, like who could he really trust about his work? Damn. Okay, can we clarify the King of Swords? Inventor. He was probably creating scenarios as well. Like, he was probably paranoid about who he could trust. He was inventing shit, inventing problems. Were you inventing? You know, when you're on a negative mindset and you start just kind of, like, overthinking and finding problems out of things. King of Swords, Child of Cups, feeler. He was very much in his feels, which caused him to be very defensive and act defensive. And because he was in his feels, he was very much vulnerable. Like, he definitely was going through some sort of triggered into some childhood wounds, you know, that he was trying to escape from. I'm tired of just having these cards. So last one, Judgment. Can we clarify the Judgment? What do you mean by the Judgment? Was this like a celebration, or is this like a judgment day? He feared. He was in that fear of, like, oh shit, like, fuck. He did know, he was scared about what was going on with the police, because he did have 7 bags of like 7 bags of 40 ounce of weed. Like, okay, what was that weed for? Because I'm very curious. Like, what was that weed for? Is he moving weed, or was this for personal use? Because that was his birthday week, so they were gonna go hard. And was he providing for them? Queen of Swords. Okay, clarify this one, because I just feel like that has to represent his partner. Art. Okay, so I'm still confused. Art. What was that weed for? What was the weed for? What was the weed for? We got Temperance. And we got the 3 of Wands. So, Queen of Swords. It seems like she was trying to create... there was a plan for that weed. Okay. Was that for a party? Or was that to make money then? What about the Temperance? There was a balance. Illumination backwards. There was a hard time keeping a balance. There was a hard time trying to... So this is kind of like an encouragement to withdraw from drugs. But this is like the card to encourage you to stop like taking drugs, to be sober, you know, to express temperance. But then there's this illumination card. So there's definitely no intention to do that because of the... It's like he's in this abyss, or was in this abyss. So I feel like the weed was definitely her project. This is Allie's project, Queen of Swords. And then, what is it called? Coincidentally enough, she is now pursuing legally to sell weed. Like, she's growing some certain strain that she and Juice would smoke all the time, or something like that. So I do definitely feel, and intuitively I felt like, oh, he was moving shit for her, or like this definitely had to be coming from her idea. And the fact that this says art, like when you create something, like this is definitely her project, I feel like. And then clarity, the 3 of Wands, we're talking about, what is this about? Can we clarify the 3 of Wands? And so it was hard for him to step away from drugs. Like, it was hard. That was his life. You are basically who you surround yourself with, and everyone was deep in some shit. Whether it was pills, weed, integrity. So there was some sort of like lack of integrity here. And maybe that's why his judgment day came, because it caught up to him. It caught up to him. The way he was moving, I don't think he saw that he would really see the death so soon, even though subconsciously he was driving himself there. So what did Allie feel when he was seizing up? What did he feel? What did she feel about his death? Ecstasy. Ecstasy. Okay, let's clarify this. Clarify ecstasy. What do you mean by ecstasy? Because when it's ecstasy, it's kind of like, was she like too hard? Was she too high to even process that? Ecstasy. Courage. So she was in a state of you know when you get that adrenaline rush? that was her. That was her. She was the one that acted on in trying to aid him, and it was even said that the cops didn't feel like, weren't urgent about giving him some aid, and she was the one that gave him like some pills that they give you, it's a Narcan or something like that they give you when you're having overdoses. And so she was definitely the one trying to aid him, and she was trying to muster up that strength, and she was definitely going through an adrenaline rush. Okay, so how did she feel after that? Like, how is she processing his death? How does she feel about his death? Does she miss him? Does she miss him? Come on. Does she miss him? Oh shit. I'm only taking the one that's on the ground. Narrowness. Okay, she's thinking of expansion. Nine of Crystals. Can we clarify narrowness? Reversed. What is expanding? Okay, I don't want to see them, so. What is expanding? Come on. There you go. This one tried to flip over. She is going through some breakthrough. She's definitely going through some transformation since he died. If she was in a place where there was some stagnant energy, she's definitely going through expansion with the narrowness reversed, and it says breakthrough. So this is the type of card that happens, that shows when there are people who are very resilient. And again, I did talk about her life path number on the second reading. She's a life path number 1, and it talks about her type of archetype is like, people with life path number 1s are meant to be make the best of the situation. Like, they're just someone who are just very positive and are able to manifest because they stay in that energy of improvement, abundance, and like wanting to make breakthroughs. Oh shit. Well, I don't even know why. And so this is a confirmation. It says achiever. Like, and no doubt she is just someone who is going to continue to do her own thing and is doing her own thing. And like, even if, you know, it was like a hard loss, she's just trying to push forward. But I'm not gonna lie, like, because on the other readings, her intentions were like basically to improve her life. Like, she's just a person that is always trying to improve her life. I think and I feel like at the end, his life or his success was like a stepping stone for hers. And as much as she cared for him and everything, their dynamic was very toxic, and it wasn't the best dynamic, because even though they had caring feelings for each other, their demons, her demons and his demons, like, made it harder. Like, now if he was battling with his demons, like taking on hers, it just made things very more destructive, and it made him feel extra depressed. So what are my closing thoughts? What are my closing thoughts about him? Can we, where is Juice Wrld? Or like, how is he feeling now that he's on the other side? I've never asked something like that, but let's go ahead and just, looking back, is it possible that he is in this afterlife? Is it possible that he reincarnated? Is it possible that he went to heaven? Like, what is his soul at? Where is his soul? Time and space. It's reversed, but it says time and space. He's a star. You see that brightness that is glaring on the card? He's a star. He's literally a star. it's coming in and out. I don't even know from where. You see that? He's literally a star. I think that's a perfect way to just kind of like close it. He's somewhere in time and space, and he's always going to be here with those that took fond of him and that listen to his music. Like, time is a man-made thing, and as long as you feel connected to this soul, he's gonna live forever. So those who are fans of him, you know, continue to just live in his memory, make his memory continue living. So y'all have a great one. Bye bye.